Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Martin Dreyfuss Show. And today on February 20th, 2022, the same day as my sister's 18th birthday. Congratulations, you made it. I love you. We have some jaw-dropping news to cover on the headliner himself, LeBron James. The greatest player I have ever personally seen play has given a hint into what his future might have in store. And I want to watch this whole interview and react to it with you guys for the first time to kind of see how much credibility these headlines have and to see if it's true, if LeBron James might actually be heading back to Cleveland. So without any further ado, let's get into the NBA All-Star Media Day and LeBron James's interview. I did do the first 12 seconds just to make sure that the sound quality was good.
I'm extremely happy to be here. Obviously, I grew up 35 minutes south of here in Akron. So to be here for an All-Star weekend, my family and friends, just enjoying these last few days, it's been a pleasure. My high school best friends and the guys that I played with throughout my whole life is out there right now with their families. So, just paying it forward to the next generation. I remember in '97.
First of all, it's got to be a wonderful feeling for LeBron. Everyone talks about where he's came from, how far he's gotten, but for LeBron himself, when he gets to go to Cleveland, see the people he grew up around, see the difference that he's made in his city, the promise school that he created, and all the things that he's done, I believe this All-Star weekend really is a great reflection for him. He can, beyond basketball, reflect on himself, his life, and his city, and just see the impact that he's made. So, shout out to LeBron.
When the last All-Star game was here, I think I was 12 years old at that point in time, and me and my friends wishing, we could come up here to Cleveland and see the likes of Mike and all those guys that was in that, All-Star weekend. Remember seeing Kobe his rookie year win the dunk contest, doing the East Bay dunk to win it, and just wishing that, we could come up here and see any one of those guys, as a youngster. So to be here 25 years later, it's a remarkable thing. It's pretty cool.
Just to reiterate, like he said, see where his friends are, to see that he's the star where everyone wants to come see him, and knowing that he couldn't see, those incredible performances as he would put it, a youngster. It is just something that is humbling for anybody, in my opinion.
I'm sorry, where are you? Okay, thank you. Y'all don't have mics? I can barely hear y'all.
You really can't hear the reporter at all. Come on, man. This is the NBA All-Star Media.
Yep. Oh, my guys? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I speak to them almost every day. We have that connection and that friendship that's been going on since we were 9 years old. So, like I said, they're here. Willie Sheehan, Drew Romeo, Frankie, Brandon. All of us are all here this weekend. And this is the first time we've all spent the All-Star weekend together, so it makes it even more special. I have no idea. I think I've taken different approaches just depending on how my body was feeling or how the season was going at that point in time. If I needed more rest, then, I'm not trying to burn out during the All-Star game, but I'm also at the same time want to give the fans a little bit something, because this is what it's all about. But just being smart about it, obviously. I've been a part of quite a few of these games, so I definitely want to be smart about, my minutes and things that I play. It's the only time and only game throughout the season where I'm okay talking about my minutes.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I love the NBA for this reason. I know the All-Star game isn't always fantastic. I know basketball and football are very different games. I know this generation makes so much more money and so much more is about business than is about the love of the game, in all fairness. It's not like Deion Sanders playing in the Pro Bowl. But the NBA always does a good job of at least putting on a show for All-Star Weekend, at least giving the fans something to talk about, something to enjoy. And it's refreshing because the Pro Bowl wasn't too long ago. It was a few weeks ago, and it wasn't too long ago that Deion Sanders was tweeting out about, when we played, this meant something, and this is just embarrassing. Get rid of it. And we're talking about getting rid of the Pro Bowl, and I don't blame people, but I just want to give, LeBron's talking about, I might not play a lot, but I'm at least going to try to give the fans something while I'm out there. We at least want to put on a show while we're out there. We understand what this means to the fans. We don't want people paying all these money for these tickets to get what the Pro Bowl put on. And so I'm happy that the NBA does something for its fans a lot better than the NFL. A lot better. Even though they're behind in a lot of other areas.
Nah, it hasn't.
Real quick before he gets into his answer, LeBron James is giving me two very different vibes right now. He's giving me that old, humbled reflection vibe. And then just playing with that basketball, he still gave me that young and love for the game vibe. And I don't know. LeBron's still got a lot of basketball left.
Guys we're all like moving so fast throughout All-Star Weekend. We've been pulled and tagged on, and you got to go here, you got to go there, you got to do this, you got to do that. That we don't always get an opportunity to kind of just like have many conversations. I've had a few over my career with a few guys. I won't name names, but no, that's only come up a few times in my career. Yeah. No, I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I mean, guys, they do their own. Everyone has their own method of how they feel they could create, longevity in the sport and make sure that their body stays in the top tier shape to be they're all-stars for a reason. So they're doing something right. So I feel like guys have their own regimen and things of that nature. But I've never been, a closed door when it comes to anything I've done in my career.
I think that's been pretty obvious.
Well, every season has its own mental and physical challenges, and this is no different. No different. This is the most strangest season I've been a part of so far. Just with, I'm going to just talk about the injuries, but like the COVID protocols and things of that nature. You've had guys go out for false positives. You've had guys go out for real reasons. And back in, we've had our head coach be out for several games. We've had injuries. We've had a little bit of everything. I've been out. At points in time of the season. So it's just been very challenging, very, physically and emotional draining at times. But that's the NBA season for you. And if you're not, having your mind set on that happening, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So
I am worried it doesn't seem as much drive. There almost seems acceptance in LeBron James's voice about the season. LeBron, you're only a few games out of the 8 seed, man. You still got Anthony Davis, LeBron James. I'm not as big a fan of Russell Westbrook as other people are, but Russell Westbrook, you still got a playoff built team. You got to get into the playoffs. And I mean, if you don't make it out of the first or second round, it is what it is. But man, you can make the playoffs. There's nothing stopping you from, well, you never know. I can't say there's nothing stopping you. There's 29 other teams trying to stop you. But there's every opportunity to turn the switches on that team and at least get into that 8 seed, that 7 seed spot. I'm not saying you got to go out and win the title, LeBron, but I think you can make the playoffs. You got to find that within you. I need to see a little more determination. He does sound a little sick here. I don't know if that's just me. He sounds a little under the weather. LeBron James usually sounds a lot clearer when he's talking. So that's something to think about. I don't know.
I've always kind of known that's going to happen at some point throughout the season.
Rob, I think this game, the season starts with you guys. Really make that run years. As a leader of the team, what do you feel you need to adjust for this team to get better and try to finish it with each other?
Well, I love the way we've played the last few games. I feel like after not the All-Star break, but the trade deadline, the energy shifted in our locker room. And I love the way we've played the last couple games. One resulted in a win, one resulted in a loss in the Bay. But I hope we can just continue that same energy, that same connectivity. And as a leader of the team, is obviously it starts and ends with me, and and we go from there. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Just in a groove, I guess. I work on my game. I work on my craft. You guys see me when you come to practice, and I'm working on, my game, or before the games or off days. I'm just always like trying to see ways I can continue to just stay in great rhythm and see ways I can continue to get better, even at my age. I'm just not a guy that's satisfied.
We gotta stop this, man. I don't know. I have the captions on not to hear what LeBron's saying, just to try to figure out what these questions are. And I'll get into that rant probably towards the end of this segment. But we gotta stop asking LeBron, how are you doing this at 38, 39 years old? How are you still averaging 30 points? The man is 6'8", 250, 260, 240, depending on what he wants to be. 270 if he wants to. He can go up in weight. The man works every day, all day on himself to be the greatest basketball player he can be. Yes, family's a little more prominent these days, but the man is always in the gym. He's always working out. He is one of the, if not the smartest player to ever play the game. You're talking about a guy who has done this his entire life and is only getting better. Now, it's not that one day his physical body won't be able to keep up. But even if LeBron James isn't as fast or as strong, LeBron James can handle the ball and get past Alex Caruso. LeBron James can handle the ball and still get past Rajon Rondo. LeBron James can still... Evan Mobley ain't doing nothing to LeBron right now. So, we got to get it out of our head that, yeah, LeBron's getting older. LeBron might not be LeBron James anymore. But LeBron James can get 30 in his sleep. In his prime, LeBron could have got 50 on prime Dwight Howard. And I know people laugh at Dwight Howard. That's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. That man was compared to Shaquille O'Neal legitly for a long period of time. Against people like Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, etc., etc. We got to quit asking that question.
That's fine, but I can't really explain the groove that I'm in right now offensively. just, I guess just playing some good basketball, man, and just trying to be efficient.
Crazy.
You know, besides the Golden State game the other night, I've been extremely efficient, and that's the most important for me. I'm not just out there like just jacking up a bunch of shots just to be doing it. You know, I want to be efficient when I'm doing it as well. Yeah, that's my only. Yeah, that's part of the motivation at this point. You know, I know it's been a hailstorm of a season for us so far, but you know, if I can get our group in the games, then all we can ask for is a chance.
Humble, fair.
I'll pick 2. Okay. Because I love everything about his game, love everything about him. The way he plays the game reminds me of the way I play the game. We're triple threats. We rebound, we pass, which is the number one thing on our mind, trying to keep our teammates engaged and keep our teammates feeling good out on the floor, keeping our teammates in rhythm. And we'll put 40 on you too if you disrespect us. Absolutely.
We're talking about AD, we're talking about somebody else.
He's really, really, really good. He has a great pace about the game, great vision. I've always loved pass first guards who can see plays happen before they happen. And, you know, Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than a lot of guys out on the floor. And he's shown, I think he got like 3 straight triple doubles. You know, just been playing beautiful basketball. But the MVP over there is Sam Preston. He the MVP. I mean, Josh Giddey is great. Sam Preston, I don't understand this guy's eye for talent. He drafted KD, Russ, Jeff Green, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Josh Giddey, and
James
the list goes
Harden.
on and on and on. This guy's pretty damn good.
Yeah, Sam
I know
Presti's
you
the guy.
want one. I'll give you one. I know. I'm back home. I get it. Go ahead. Man, what? I just talking about like 25 years ago, man. When I was a kid, I was 12 years old. I was stating that earlier, and how like I wish like I had the means and the ability to come up to Cleveland and just feel that energy, and hopefully bump into one of those guys. Man, I had so many dreams of being an all-star when I was a kid growing up in Akron, and having a team that was 35 minutes north of us.
There's that reflection.
Even though as much as I
it.
loved MJ, I loved the Bulls, you know, just having that inspiration, having pro teams right up 77 North, you know, and having the Browns and the Indians at the time, now, you know, the Guardians, and having, you know, the Cavaliers. You know, I remember when they was playing, you know, not even a lot closer to where Richfield. Like, I remember that. And to sit here 25 years later, doing what I love to do, dreaming about what I love to do, believing in what I wanted to be, it's just unbelievable. I mean, Cleveland is very deserving of this platform.
Where did this headline
moment.
come from?
I mean, they got 2 all-stars that they own in the game in DG and big fella, Jared Allen. I mean, and they got another guy, an all-star, and that's me. So, I don't know. It's great, man.
That's interesting.
I'm pushing P, capital P, you know? That's what I'm doing.
All right. So,
When you're rebuilding something,
next question I have is LeBron James. I didn't hear him say that. Oh. So I guess you told that to The Athletic. Interesting. Interesting. So what is my reaction to the overall picture of the interview? Same old LeBron interview. Very professional. Except I feel like he is giving a little more emotion than he would 5, 6, 7 years ago. He is talking a little more as an expert of the game, as kind of the OG. I don't have a better word for it. The guy who is just reflecting. He's seen it all. He knows everything that's happened. He's been to 18 All-Star games. He's won 4 titles, been to 9 or 10. I forget if it's 9 or 10. I apologize. The man is just a machine. So it's nice to see LeBron in just kind of a humble reflection state. I'm really hoping he pulls this team together this year. Being that he's entering free agency this year and he's thinking about going back to Cleveland, that's very interesting to me. I mean, they do have Darius Garland, who's a monster. Evan Mobley is looking really, really good right now. They have Jared Allen, obviously. Kevin Love is still there. When you look at that team, for me, if you look at when he went back to Cleveland the last time from Miami, they traded Wiggins for Kevin Love. And then they already had Kyrie. Well, now you have Darius Garland. I don't know if he's as good as Kyrie. That's to be determined. It's hard to just say someone's as good as Kyrie. But to be as good as Kyrie is, we all know LeBron played a massive role in that. So it's very possible. Evan Mobley could be traded for a monster piece. You never know. I could also see them keeping Evan Mobley and eventually trading them for the pick to get Bronny. And then you already got Kevin Love, who's probably nowhere near what he could be, but I feel like he is better than he has played over the past few years and could even turn it up another notch from that 6th Man of the Year candidacy he's at now. And you also got Jared Allen, who's a young stud. So they have the pieces and the ability to really make something happen. So is it possible? Absolutely. And honestly, him entering free agency, Cleveland and Miami are very realistic. I don't see him going anywhere else. LA's fantastic. If he stays there, they can always move the pieces to build him the team he wants. They'll do what he needs done. If he leaves LA right now, they probably won't be that great, and he'll be able to say the same thing he said about the other 2 teams that when he left, well, 2 teams and 3 times, that when he left, they were awful. And then if he goes back to Cleveland, he has a great opportunity to win a title, but he's going to need to move around some more pieces, develop some young guys. But that at-home factor tugs at his heartstrings. We all know that. And if he goes to Miami, man, you got an insane team in Miami. I don't know how their cap situation is. We'd have to look a little bit deeper into that. But if he went to Miami, that's a title team, and we know he has great relationships over there. Unless, here's a quick dark horse option for where LeBron could go, and then I'll let you guys go. If LeBron James gets recruited by Dwayne Wade to Utah, that could also be very interesting. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a great day. And we'll see you in the next segment, man.